Imagine hiking deep into the backcountry and realizing, halfway up a rocky ridge, that your shoes are the only thing standing between you and a miserable blister-filled slog back to the car. That is exactly why choosing the right backpacking shoes is non-negotiable. In this video, we are counting down 7 of the best backpacking shoes you can get right now, from rugged steel-toe hybrids all the way up to premium trail shoes from Keen. All right, let's jump into the list. 7. Hogent steel-toe shoes. The Hogent, a bit of a hybrid between a work shoe and a light trail sneaker. These are built around a classic safety shoe concept, a reinforced steel toe for impact protection, and a puncture-resistant midsole that can shrug off nails, sharp rocks, and trail debris. That alone makes them appealing if you go from job site to trailhead without changing footwear, or if you backpack in areas with a lot of construction rubble, metal, or broken branches underfoot. The upper uses breathable knit or flyweave material, so they do not look like bulky work boots. On foot, they feel more like a sporty sneaker than a traditional safety shoe. On long walks, the first thing that stands out is how light they feel for a steel-toe design. Some steel-toe boots can feel like ankle weights, but Hogent has kept the weight surprisingly manageable, which helps reduce fatigue over a full day of walking. The cushioning is decent, with an EVA-style midsole that softens heel strikes and adds a bit of bounce on harder surfaces like pavement or compacted dirt roads. If you are the kind of backpacker who spends a lot of time on mixed terrain, commuting, city walking, then easy trails, the all-round comfort and casual look are genuinely useful. Traction is handled by a slip-resistant rubber outsole that grips well on wet floors and smooth rock, which makes sense given its work shoe heritage. Number 6. SHULOOK waterproof hiking boots. The SHULOOK waterproof hiking boots, a more traditional option for backpackers who like ankle coverage and solid waterproofing. These boots are built with a dedicated waterproof membrane designed to keep rain, puddles, and wet grass on the outside while still letting moisture escape from the inside. On damp trails and during light creek crossings, that membrane really helps keep your socks and feet dry, which is a huge comfort boost when you are out for hours or days at a time. Underfoot, SHULOOK uses a lightweight midsole that keeps the overall weight reasonable for a boot with this level of protection. When you first lace them up, you notice that they do not have that old-school brick-like feeling. Instead, they flex nicely at the forefoot and allow a more natural walking motion. The ankle collar is padded and supportive, wrapping your ankle in a way that feels secure but not overly stiff. This is especially reassuring when you are descending with a loaded pack and cannot afford a rolled ankle. The outsole uses multi-directional lugs that bite into dirt, gravel, and light mud, giving you enough traction for most backpacking trails. On rocky or rooty single track, the grip feels confidence-inspiring, and the toe area has some built-in protection to shield you from stubs and impacts. Add in a comfortable interior with a reasonably plush insole, and you get a boot that feels ready for long days of mileage without too much break-in time. 5. FitVille wide slip-on shoes. The FitVille wide slip-on shoes, a bit of a curveball for backpacking, but a genuinely interesting choice for hikers with wide feet or those who want maximum casual comfort around camp and on easier trails. FitVille is known for roomy toe boxes and wide sizing, and you feel that the moment you slide these on. The slip-on design makes them incredibly convenient. No laces, no fuss, just slide in and go, which is perfect for camp chores, quick bathroom trips at night, or short strolls from the car to the viewpoint. On the foot, the first impression is space and softness. The wide toe box lets your toes splay naturally, which can be a game changer for hikers who usually feel cramped in standard shoes. The interior has a silky, comfortable lining and cushioning that feels more like a lifestyle sneaker than a technical boot. But that is exactly what makes them so relaxing after a long day in more structured hiking footwear. If you have wider feet or deal with issues like bunions or hot spots, this extra room can drastically improve overall comfort on and off the trail. Traction and support are tuned for light outdoor use rather than hardcore backpacking, but they hold their own surprisingly well on well-maintained paths, gravel trails, and dry terrain. The sole provides enough cushioning for day hikes with a light pack, and the easy on-off nature makes them great as a secondary shoe on multi-day trips. Something you wear around camp or on easy zero-day walks while giving your main boots a break. 4. SHULOOK waterproof hiking shoes. The SHULOOK waterproof hiking shoes, the low-cut cousins of the boots earlier on the list. If you like the idea of SHULOOK's waterproofing and grip, but prefer a lighter, more agile feel around the ankle, these shoes hit a sweet spot. They use a similar waterproof membrane to keep rain and splashes out, while still letting heat and moisture escape, making them a strong choice for mixed weather backpacking where you may encounter occasional storms or wet sections. Because they are cut lower around the ankle, these shoes feel noticeably lighter and more nimble than full boots. That translates into less fatigue over long distances and a more natural stride, especially for hikers who do not need or want the extra ankle collar. The midsole cushioning is tuned for day-long comfort, with enough firmness to support a pack, but enough softness to keep your feet from feeling beat up after many miles. The removable insole and padded lining add another layer of comfort and allow some customization if you like to use aftermarket insoles. Traction is another strong point. The outsole uses a multi-directional lug pattern that grips well on dirt, rock, and moderate mud, giving you confidence on ascents, descents, and side hills. There is a protective toe cap to fend off rocks and roots, and the overall build quality feels robust enough for regular use on real trails, not just park paths. For backpackers who are transitioning from heavy boots to something lighter, these SHULOOK shoes are a very friendly middle ground. 3. FitVille Wide Work Boots. The FitVille Wide Work Boots might surprise you as a top choice for certain types of backpackers. While they are marketed primarily as safety work boots with a composite toe, their combination of wide fit, serious protection, and supportive cushioning makes them a strong option for rough, rocky backpacking where toe safety and durability matter. The wide and extra wide options mean your toes are not crammed together, allowing natural splay and better balance on uneven terrain. The composite toe provides impact and compression protection without the full weight penalty of steel, which is a big deal when you are logging long days under a pack. Inside, FitVille uses arch-supportive insoles and a supportive EVA midsole designed to fight fatigue over long shifts on your feet, and that same design translates beautifully to long days on the trail. If you are used to boots that feel hard and unforgiving, the way these boots cushion each step while still feeling structured can be a revelation. The outsole is built with a water and oil-resistant rubber compound and a crisscross tread that grips well on slick surfaces, wet rock, and muddy sections. That kind of sure-footed grip is exactly what you want when your pack is tugging you around on descents or when you're crossing streams on slippery stones. The high-top design gives you solid ankle security, and the padded collar adds both comfort and protection, absorbing some of the shock from missteps or impacts. 2. Keen Men's Targhee 4 Low Height Shoes. The Keen Men's Targhee 4 Low Height Shoes, a crowd-pleasing classic updated with modern materials and a focus on all-around comfort. Keen is known for its roomy toe boxes and protective rubber toe bumpers, and the Targhee 4 continues that tradition. From the first wear, they feel comfortable with minimal break-in, wrapping your foot in a supportive yet not overly rigid structure that works well for both day hikes and multi-day backpacking trips. Underfoot, the Targhee 4 uses a supportive midsole with substantial arch support, which helps keep your feet from collapsing inward under load. The heel-to-toe drop is on the higher side, which some hikers actually appreciate for the extra cushioning under the heel, especially on downhills with a pack. The insole and midsole combination gives you a stable platform that still allows your foot to flex naturally on climbs and technical sections, striking a nice balance between protection and trail feel. Traction is a major strength. The outsole features multi-directional lugs designed to grip on dirt, gravel, rock, and loose surfaces, and they do an excellent job at shedding mud rather than caking up. This makes the Targhee 4 a very capable all-terrain option, particularly for moderate to challenging backpacking routes. The signature Keen toe bumper offers extra security when you inevitably kick a rock or root, and that peace of mind is easy to appreciate over the course of a long trek. 1. Keen Men's Hightrail Low-Height Shoes. The Keen Men's Hightrail Low-Height Shoes stand out as the best backpacking shoes on this list, combining lightweight agility with serious trail performance. Slip these on and the first instant impression is comfort. A cushioned insole, plush inner padding, and a fit that locks your heel in place while giving your toes room to move. They feel almost like a trail running shoe in terms of nimbleness, but with the protection and support you would expect from a dedicated hiking model. The Hightrail uses a responsive midsole with high rebound foam that keeps your feet feeling fresh even after many miles under a pack. Each step has a bit of bounce, which takes the sting out of hardpack and rocky sections, and the cushioning wraps the bridge and toes of your feet in a supportive cradle. Over long ascents and technical trails, this translates into less foot fatigue and fewer pressure points, making it easier to keep pushing when the day runs long. Underneath, the all-terrain rubber outsole features an aggressive lug pattern that bites into dirt, roots, rock, and mud. Keen's traction design here feels dialed. It is grippy without being overly stiff, and flexible enough that you can move quickly when the terrain allows. Whether you are climbing over rocky ridges, descending muddy switchbacks, or cruising along forest single track, the Hightrail gives you a confident, locked-in feel. Add in the defensive rubber toe bumper, and you get protection where it matters most without feeling weighed down. Final thought. So those are the 7 best backpacking shoes right now, each with its own strengths and ideal use case. Whether you prioritize rugged protection, wide foot comfort, all-around versatility, or lightweight performance, there is a pair here that can transform your next trip from just surviving to genuinely enjoying every step on the trail.